Barney here from Off Tap Brewing. This is a tip in 5 minutes and under, and it's got to do with your brewing supplies. I was just having a chat here with Mr. Glutton Brewing, and we've been talking backwards and forwards about, you know, he wants to buy a freezer and blah 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 blah, and to start temperature controlling fermentation in and all that sort of stuff. And he said he can get an STC 1000 digital thermostat controller from his local home brew store for $50. I said, well, hang on a minute. Think outside the box. I can get them for $19 sent from China for free. Free delivery, $19. And that just inspired this video. If you're... Get out, dog. Sorry. If your homebrew store has a hop bag and he sells it to you for $10, go to a paint store and buy the exact same thing for $1, because that's what he did. If your homebrew store says, you know, I've got this, it's $20. Well, think it outside the box and think where you can get that from, what else it's used for. I first learnt this when I bought a hop bag from my homebrew store that I don't speak of anymore, and it cost me $25, and I got home and I've been using it for quite a while and it always looked a bit funny. I now realise it's an industrial washing machine filter and they don't cost that much at all. So obviously he's bought a heap in and sold them as something else. What sparked my sort of, hang on a minute, this is not right, train of thought was the fact that when I picked it up off the shelf and I took it to the counter, he saw that the tag was still on it and ripped the tag off it. And that tag was like the washing machine brand and all that sort of stuff. I've since seen them online and they're a lot cheaper than what I paid for them. So obviously, you know, they're thinking outside the box. As a home brewer, you need to think outside the box too. Just don't think that you have to pay their prices, because they're paying cheaper prices. And a lot of them are buying those things retail. So this tip today is, yeah, think outside your box. Don't just take their prices as for granted. You know, go elsewhere. Yeah, hop straining bags. Hang on, I'll be back. Hop bags like this. This is not what I was talking about, but this is just something that I've sort of started using for my own brews. It's a bag, you can cut it down, tie it off on the end. Well, that's merely a compression bandage. And a roll of that isn't very expensive at all. Does the job. It can be a grain bag if you're steeping your grains, and you're doing extract-y type, just grain steep to put a fresh flavour in there. That would be perfect. Tie a knot in the bottom, fill it with your grain, tie a knot in the top and drop that in your pot. It's not a hop bag, it's not a grain bag, it's a compression bandage. It's a no-brainer. Think outside the box. You'll save a lot of money on your brewing. A lot of people out there have commented on all my toys that I've got sitting around the house and different things. I didn't pay the price that you guys would pay for that. I've been thinking outside the box for a long time now. I've also done a bit of hard work. I bought a crap load of kegs once and reconditioned them and rebuilt them myself and stuck lids down. Got them cheap and rebuilt them and reconditioned them and resealed them and that. And then I sold them at the same price everyone else was selling what they called reconditioned kegs, where mine, I could prove it, I'd rebuild it in front of the customer. It takes 2 seconds to rebuild a keg. So I got a lot of accolades that way, a lot of money, and I was able to buy a lot of things. But I was thinking outside the box. I saved a lot of money on the things I bought. A lot of things, yeah, a lot of things are just things that you see in other places. Alright, remember, beer makes you smarter.